Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You're watching Times Now's Blueprint Explosive Exclusive, and I'm Meghna Deka. Well, viewers, it's March. What does that mean for all of us salaried people? It is the appraisal process for most of us, which must have started in your companies, and you will be compensated as per your performance. That's what all companies tell you. Your performance, your company's performance, that's going to be the yardstick. But it applies, it seems, only to us, the Aam Janta, not for our Netas. And how much hike do you usually get to hear? 10%, 20% if you're very lucky, 30%? Well, that really isn't something which doesn't happen too often. Of course, only if you've been completely exceptional in your work. But what if I'm going to show you is going to shock you? Some of you may want to join politics, but only in Karnataka, because the Siddaramaiah government in Karnataka is considering a salary hike for all the MLAs. As per the draft increment letter, which is actually the draft copy of the salary proposal, the salaries are even expected to double in this case. Can you imagine? 110% hikes which are coming in for themselves, of course. So let's exactly show you. Sample this. The Chief Minister. Earlier, he used to get 75,000 per month. Now, this has been hiked by 100%. 150 is what he's going to get. 1,50,000 rupees per month. That's what the hikes are looking at. The Karnataka Minister. When you are a Karnataka Minister, if you were getting 60, it's going to be 1.25 lakh rupees, which is a 108% hike. Let's show you some of the other hikes which are now being proposed. If you're an MLA and an MLC, you are looking at a 100% hike as well. Imagine getting an increment letter which looks like this, 100%, 108% hike. Well, of course, the leader of opposition, he too gets a huge jump, which is a 40%. Comparatively now, even 40% looks bad, doesn't it? If you are the leader of opposition, the earlier one and the later one, here you have the salaries on your screens, 33.3% hike, which is going to come in. If you're the deputy speaker and several such others, the speaker, let's get that first. The speaker gets a 66.7% pay hike for every month. And then let's look at the deputy speaker as well, quickly as we can go ahead. There you have it. Deputy speaker on your screens, he gets a 33.3% hike. So this is what the hikes are looking at. But let's tell you, like us, even you must be wondering, what have they done to deserve it? Because that's what's important. What is a salary hike dependent upon? Your performance, the performance of your company as well. What is the justification which is coming in from Karnataka Netas? Let's get you some of these voices. You have G. Parameshwara, the Karnataka minister, who says, a common man is suffering and so are the MLAs, which is why to elevate perhaps their spirits, this kind of salaries have been given. Then you have more voices which are coming in. You have recommendations have come from the MLAs themselves, which is why, of course, they say it's fine that an MLA will decide what the MLA will get in an increment. When was the last time you got to decide how much increment you should be getting? Well, then you have the Tim saying that the Chief Minister will manage to give it from some account as well, and several other such justifications, like Singapore also pays its Netas very well. But here's the interesting bit. A comparison with Singapore. Is Bengaluru like Singapore? That the MLAs of Bengaluru should be getting paid the amount that the legislators in Singapore are getting? Do you see swanky sky rises of Singapore? And on the other hand, you have Bengaluru's pothole-ridden streets. Can you even compare Bengaluru to Singapore or Karnataka to Singapore on a larger scale? Those are questions you, the viewers, can ask. In fact, let's also tell you how they have a cash crunch. It's not a state which can now afford such lavish increments, can it? Well, let's tell you about the cash crunch they have. The Gruha Lakshmi scheme, which had been announced as one of the Khatakhat schemes by the Congress government. Well, the status of that is that the payments have been delayed by 3 months. They had promised 2,000 rupees per woman, but that has not been given so far. You also have the Anna Bhagya scheme, where they had promised 5 kgs of rice to the BPL families. The status of that is that there has been no delivery since the last 2 months. Then you had 2024 to 25, the state is now going to be missing the revenue target, which was set at 6,000 crore rupees. This is how you know that it is a cash crunch that Karnataka is facing. But of course, when it comes to increments, lavish increments they are giving to their own MLAs. By the way, they are supposed to serve the people who send them to the assembly. But what do you get? Well, electricity tariffs are up by 35 paise per unit on the 1st of April. When it comes to bus hikes are up by 15%. Look at the tariff on water. Considering a hike of 1 paisa per litre is also in the offing. If you look at the milk prices, there's a proposal which is coming in that 5 rupees per litre, and this it's expected that this decision is going to be coming in very soon. So as you can see, taxes for us and increments for them. So is this Karnataka for you? The power tariff for you and salary hikes which are coming in for the Netas, potholes for you. VVIP, air travel for the Chief Minister. Remember, just yesterday, here on Blueprint Exclusive, I was telling you about a bill for his private chopper and his private charter planes. So your hospitals may be going up, but they are going to be getting recliners because they need comfort and you need to foot the bill. Listen in to some of the reactions coming in.
Everybody in a way, they have to survive. It's a matter of chicken and egg story. So, everybody has to survive. And obviously, Chief Minister will manage to give this money from some accounts. Recommendations have come from MLAs or others. So that's why the decision has been taken by Chief Minister.
MLAs cannot and should not get their salary hiked by themselves. At the same time, MLAs have got all right for a good salary. You know what? You know Singapore? Singapore, the highest paid people representatives, MLAs, MPs, is Singapore. And when Singapore has done so, why they have done so? So that MLAs need not be dependent on others, which may lead to certain things, You take the example of Singapore. That's why Singapore, what do you call, the corruption, this one is very, very less.
Well, Singapore does it. Why shouldn't Karnataka? Well, perhaps we can visually show you, perhaps why not. On one hand, you have swanky Singapore. Look at the sky rises. Look at the infrastructure. Look at the quality of life of the people who sit there, who enjoy these waterfronts. Look at Bengaluru. This is not a waterfront. This is actually water which is collected in a pothole. This is what the people of Bengaluru, which of course is the capital city of Karnataka, gets. If you live in Bengaluru, one would imagine it's quite different from Singapore right here on this screen. We'll keep these two visuals and let me go across to our panelists. We're going to put some straight questions here. We are being joined today on the show by Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda, the BJP spokesperson. We are also joined by Dr. Nikul Patel, leader with the Congress party. Dr. Nikul Patel, I have the two visuals on my screen, Singapore on one side, Bengaluru on the other. They look quite different. Why should the pay scale be the same for those people who are governing it? Is Bengaluru like Singapore?
Who said that it is same? I think you can compare one to one. The salaries are not same. If you really want to argue that they are same, then your logic is not correct.
It's not my parallel. Beg to differ there, Dr. Nikul Patel. As you just heard, it's not a parallel that I have drawn.
You are misquoting the statement of the minister. And you want to build a misperception. That is what I want to convey you.
If I wanted to misquote him, I wouldn't have played out the bite. You heard the bite. Parallels are being drawn to Singapore. But look at the condition of Bangalore. We can barely say that people in Singapore, the legislators in Singapore get paid this amount. They are highly paid. But look at the state of Bengaluru. Maybe that's why they are not highly paid in the first place.
Now you are correct. Singapore is one of the country where lawmakers are highly paid. That doesn't mean they are paid equally. That is your wrong perception, first thing. Second thing, now when it comes to a salary hike of MLAs and MP, even BJP, Vijay Malat is asking for salary hike. Right? He is also asking in the Karnataka that definitely there should be a rise in the hike of the salary. Secondly, now coming to the facilities that what you are showing on your television, I think you must go and show the good part of Bangalore also. You are showing one side a high scraper. I think Bangalore is IT hub. You just go and see where the TCS office is, where the Infosys office is.
I'm sorry, I just look at the
Similarly,
videos which come in. International
you
shame
want to
which comes in
criticize Congress
with hours and hours
on your
long
channel
of
and
traffic. Does
comparing
that not
only
happen
good
in
and bad
Bangalore?
against, it is
I'm
your
asking
fault.
you.
Bharatiya Janata Party wants to criticize.
Are there no
That is
potholes
fine.
in
It is
Bangalore?
their
Is that
right.
not one of the biggest
It is
problems?
their right, and you are a television, so you must show this thing. We are happy that you are showing this thing. We'll improve it. But definitely Karnataka is going on a good road, good track. Everyone is happy. Nobody is complaining. And
We can see the good roads on our screens even as you speak, Dr. Nikul Patel. The good roads are there on our screens even as we speak to you. Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda, is this inherently a conflict of interest? If I were to decide how much of increment I should give myself, I'd perhaps do the same. I'd perhaps say that I should get 100, 200% increments as well. Is that why we have this conflict of interest that legislators themselves decide to give themselves such plush increments? And let's not forget, BJP MLAs also want it.
The infamous attempt by the Congress dispensation to increase the salaries of MLAs is neither a rational step or neither a deterrent. It could act as a deterrent to prevent an MLA or his tendency to involve in corruption, nor a rational or justifiable measure at this juncture when the people of Karnataka and Karnataka's economy has been grappled with a measurable penury. Since the Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah, ever since he came to power, he could not cater enough grants to the MLAs. Now he is planning to or trying to console them by hiking their salaries, and miserably this much hike wouldn't act as a deterrent to prevent them from indulging in corruption. It's a saddest state of affairs in the state. Say they're planning to siphon off the taxpayers' money to to give enough or extra luxury to the already luxurious MLAs.
Already luxurious MLAs. That's a very important point that you've raised. Let me take that across to Dr. Nikul Patel. Just here on Blueprint Explosive Exclusive last night, Dr. Nikul Patel, we pulled out the travel logs of the Chief Minister, Siddaramaiah. There are about 3 crore rupees worth of charter planes which are used for his travel. There are recliners which have come in. There you have it on your screen. Recliners.
The socialist leader, socialist
leader,
champion of the social justice,
okay,
so-called the champion of the OBC.
Champion of the poor, socialist justice, but recliners are there, charter planes are there for the Chief Minister and the rest of the MLAs. All parties are in it together. I concede that point. Dr. Nikul Patel.
Thank you very much for your question. I appreciate the thought process of Bharatiya Janata Party, and I would like to say that if you are really so socialist and you are really so happening about the people of the country, then I think there was already an existing parliament. What was the need of building a new parliament house itself? Secondly, we know that about charter plane, what you are asking. All major BJP governments are having their own Boeing 747.
The parliament one, abhi bhi bolte ja rahe ho. Nikul Patel, you know very well, Supreme Court has said that there was an imminent number of petitions which we are back to the parliament. Why build a new parliament? That is done and dusted, Dr. Nikul Patel.
Okay, you are justifying.
No, it is the Supreme Court.
You are justifying.
It is the Supreme Court who cleared it, if you remember. Your party, along with a lot of others, had gone to the Supreme Court against the parliament.
BJP. So
I will show you Congress, UPA's own letters who said that we needed a new parliament.
They must not take salary. All member of parliament, all MLAs from the BJP must not take any single point salary from the public money.
Okay.
Recently,
Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda. Why is BJP taking salaries? They should boycott.
What they are doing. Just blaming Congress government for that is not going to make the things.
Don't keep blaming the Congress government, BJP. BJP should stop taking salaries. Dr. Lakshmi.
That is what
Dr. Lakshmi, come in.
Our party stand is the developmental politics. Our party stand is the developmental politics, nation first strategy, not the person first or the party first strategy. Here, in contrast to that, Congress government, both at the central level, high command level, and also at the state level, they're doing the party politics. They are doing just to fulfill the whims and fancies of certain leaders, those who are in power, just to console the disgruntled MLAs, those who couldn't get their grants since they came to power. they were just money mongering just to fulfill their needs, to satisfy their needs. They're planning to increase the hike. Unfortunately, this much meager increase in the price, salary hike wouldn't definitely or preempt an MLA from, if at all, are his tendency to involve in corruption, right? This is not a justifiable measure.
Will this stop corruption?
Even on that stand.
So Lakshmi Gowda, you are saying that this can stop corruption if the salaries are increased?
Yes. They are saying, one of their top leaders are saying to increase the salary, just like in Singapore model, this would act as a deterrent or it would act as a preempt.
Dr. Nikul Patel, this is an interesting point.
Yes. I think my friend,
40% Sarkara, 30% Sarkara, and now increment Sarkara. The best way to stop graft and corruption in the state.
No. See, again, I would say that the lawmakers are the people's representative, or they are working 24/7 for the larger interests of the people. They used to move to their constituency. They work hard for their people. They bring their points to the legislative assembly, make policies, and they want to implement it. I think all government, it's of Bharatiya Janata Party or Congress or any government, we know that everyone, everywhere they are paid. So I think if BJP is so nationalist,
Dr. Nikul Patel, sorry to interrupt you. It's not about getting paid. It's about getting paid 110% increment.
They must stop taking salary from the public money.
There's no problem with taking a salary, no problem with increments. I'm talking about 110% increments, 100%. 50% increments. That's what we are talking about. There is no objection. So let's not transgress. It's not about take a salary, not take a salary. There's nothing wrong in increment also. We all wait for an increment. We all work for an increment. When was the last time I got a 100% increment, Dr. Nikul Patel?
Again, I would like to say, suppose you are going to a next channel where you are paid that, suppose today you are 100%,
I'll still not get. No one will get.
You want to put your logic, let me put my logic. You are putting all logics in your own way.
I'm putting reality, sir. I'm putting the truth and the reality. Anyone who's sitting out there will know 100%
Everyone knows the reality. Everyone knows the reality. You also know the reality. You want to just make a point that Congress government is not doing correct. That is what you want to reflect. That is not correct, first thing. Secondly,
it's not
whatever
the
step is taken by the government is there. They have taken under the constitution, and if BJP don't want to take the hike of the salary, then they must deny this proposal. They must not put their support into the assembly and in the entire country.
Why hasn't BJP MLAs stood up and said, we reject this? You've rejected the resolution against the Waqf amendment. You stood up, walked out. Why doesn't the BJP take a strong stand on this, say that no, we are not going to take that big hikes. We refuse to take it.
The tone and tenor of party and the party men is always same. The tone and tenor of a party man is always in tandem with the party politics, party ideology. They wouldn't deviate from that. Our BJP party would state that when the word development is totally chimeral in their administration, in the Congress dispensation, why can't they give so much attention to development?
That was a yes or no answer.
And why do they want simply siphon up the money from the taxpayers' account and spend on the mindlessly, illogically and irrationally?
That was a yes or no answer. Dr. Lakshmi Gowda, will BJP MLAs reject it in Karnataka? Take a stand against this increment.
Our stand is not to get a salary hike done now. At this juncture, when our economy is not doing well. And we believe in on one thing. Any attempt to increase the salary of an MLA should be on a scientific method, not at the whims and fancies of the tall political leaders, those who are
in yes, across the world, across the globe, across in companies, there usually is a yardstick. There are very specific criterias. But well, perhaps the only way of career growth is going to become a MLA in Karnataka. That is certainly looking as a very valuable profession and career choice, isn't it? Well, thank you so much, Dr. Lakshmi Gowda. I appreciated you being here, as well as Dr. Nikul Patel. Pleasure as always to have you on the show. Without a short break, don't go anywhere. We return in 2 minutes.